very interesting question. Do I invest beyond real estate? Yes. I am not a real estate guy. I am a data guy, and I find real estate to be very tax advantaged compared to other forms of investment. Remember, I only look at my bottom line. My top line is not interesting. So when I look at my bottom line, it's sort of hard to beat real estate because it has tax benefits. I like to say this will also get me in trouble on social media, but real estate is America's biggest and best and longest running tax mafia. Some of the stuff that happens in real estate, some of the benefits that we shouldn't get in a perfect world. We shouldn't get. And I'm obviously a huge beneficiary. I still think it's a mafia. But this mafia is so entrenched, and this stuff has been going on for 100 years, it's very hard to break it down. So I do look at other areas. I invest in venture capital. For a number of years, I served as executive in residence at the largest startup accelerator in the United States. It's a company called Plug and Play. It's an amazing place. For me, going to Plug and Play every Friday was like going to Disneyland, because I would sit there and in a room with 13 other peers who were executives in residence, and I would get to rank 15 startups. Imagine how much you learn when you're ranking 15 startups a week, 50 weeks a year, right? That's 750 companies pitching themselves to you. You learn an insane amount. So yes, I make investments in other areas, right? So one of the things, and one of the things I like to do is I like to make presentations on areas that have nothing to do with real estate because the data there is interesting. So one of my most popular presentations, being watched by thousands of people, is how artificial intelligence will change the world beyond anything that we've ever seen before. And that presentation doesn't have a single real estate slide because I really couldn't find an effective way to connect it back to real estate. One of my other presentations is how climate change is changing insurance and property taxes across the United States. Now there I had some real estate slides because insurance, property tax is important to real estate. I love actually getting into the weeds on areas that have nothing to do with real estate and trying to find interesting stuff there. My next presentation is you're an idiot if you think that the dollar's domination is ending. So the presentation is designed to focus on the fact that while if I type the word dollar into YouTube, a million videos will come up all telling me that the dollar is about to crash or it is not going to be the reserve currency of the world, yada, 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 with a million reasons. But if I spend 3 minutes on Google looking at how the dollar has actually done in the last 10 years, I can't find a major currency that we haven't crushed over the last 10 years. So as I started doing more research, because I was becoming afraid, will our dominance end? Will we not be the reserve currency of the world anymore? The data didn't point to that. The data pointed to the fact that if you want to build a YouTube membership, you need to say a bunch of really bad things, whether they're true or not. Because if you say the dollar will continue being dominant, 10 people will watch your video. You say it's going to lose its dominance, 1 million people will watch your video. So I think it's fascinating for me to look at how the real world works, and then there is a parallel non-data driven world that a lot more people live in. And then there's the quants, and we're kind of looking at the rest of the world mostly bewildered by what passes for information and data. So yes, I love to invest and I love being involved in other aspects other than real estate. And maybe there's somebody listening to this session saying, hey, I'm going to involve Neal Bawa in this other thing that I'm doing with data, and I welcome you contacting me.